Hello, today we'll be going over Mixmax sequences. We'll cover how we create a sequence, how to set them up. We'll briefly cover variables and enhancements, as well as uploading contacts into your sequence. So as you can see, I'm currently on the sequence page on Mixmax, which you can access through the left side panel here. And I have up the all sequence page just to give you an overview of what sequences look like once they are created. But just for today, for today's example, I'll be using my personal folder. So just as a side note, going forward while you create your sequence, do keep in mind that we do have other folders created based on teams. So let's say your team is within the National AE team, and you wouldn't mind any of your other teammates using your sequence. You can place the sequence within this folder for them to use. They can use it directly. They can copy it and place it into their personal folder and modify it. They can do that. So in my personal folder right now, to begin, I'll click on New Sequence, and I'm just going to name it Testing, and place it within the personal folder. So this is the composure of your email portion, and it always starts with stage 1, day 1. So there's 3 different options on how you're able to create your email. You can either do the basic of creating it from scratch. You can utilize some of our templates that we have already created. And just to show you an example, you can come in here and choose a template, modify it however you like, remove things, add things, etc. Or last way you can create your email is with the new, currently beta tested, or in beta stage, AI compose function. So you're able to create a prompt describing what you want your email to be about, and the more details, the better. You can enter that information here in order for it to generate an email for you. But for today's example, I'm just going to choose one of these 3 options. I will choose prospect and hit submit. Now again, this is just a beta function. It's still in testing. So as of right now, whenever you use this function, I do recommend going through and editing as much as you can, adding additional information just to make it sound less robotic, sound more human, like you. You want your contacts to know it's John, Brooks, Danielle that's talking to them, and not AI. So on here, I'll briefly cover some of the options down here. But if you like a full overview of our variables enhancements, that will be on that'll be another video or SOP on the Mixmax training deck. So in order to personalize your emails a little bit more, I do highly recommend using variables. So you click on that and you have different options you can choose from. I'm going to select recipient and their first name because I want to say hi, whoever it is. And for every single variable that you use, the fallback option will come up. So what a fallback is, it just ensures that there's wording there just in case this variable that you inserted doesn't exist for your contact. So let's say for whatever reason, my contact doesn't have a first name on Salesforce or on their email. Instead of it being hi blank, I can say hi there just to make it a little bit more friendly sounding. But yeah, that's a basic variable. I will cover one that I think is really important, which is the sender calendar URL option. So a lot of y'all might be making sequences for the rest of your team to be able to use. Well, you're not able to insert any of the calendar options here because it will take the contact, it will take them directly to the creator's calendar and not the sender's. So you're going to want to make sure that you insert the sender calendar URL. And this comes up as a link directly to whoever's sending this out. So there's a difference between the creator of the sequence versus the sender. So to keep that in mind. Another quick demonstration is enhancements. So you can do calendar enhancements on your email, survey enhancements, which is a really awesome option if you're wanting a little bit more interaction from your contacts. Like they're able to answer poll questions, yes or no questions, survey questions. It's really useful tool to use. You can use some media here. So for example, you can have a call to action button. Like if you want to insert some of our articles or blogs, you can say, hey, check out this cool blog I just read or something. And it can be a button for them to quickly click on instead of, a very basic link that can take them to whatever. Another awesome option is a GIF. So I'm just gonna choose one of these. Because it's Friday currently. This obviously is just to make your messaging a little bit more unique and stand out. I do highly recommend using these media functions. You have other options like LinkedIn previews, a YouTube video, all different sorts of things to enhance your emails. And of course, you do have a formatting option. You can attach files as well. Excuse me. On the file, it actually shows, you can have the option of showing the PDF or document on the email instead of it being an attachment at the very bottom of the email. So you can have the entire thing display on it, just like this is displaying. You can have it display on the email. That way they, more clicks. Obviously you can add those calendar options. I'm going to do that really quickly just to show you how you can do that and make your email stand out. So this is your Google Calendar. So I'm going to select just random times just to show you what it looks like. And I'm going to hit insert times. And by the way, I will cover this in another, I'll cover bookings and meetings in another SOP slide. Okay, so now this pops up. So that way it's just an easy click for your recipients. They don't have to go to another tab or another window. It's just an easy way to see when you're available. Or they can hit this button to show you what times they're free. So I'm going to hit remove. And then you have insert image, create a link, and emojis. So now that your first email is created, you're going to want to click on this add stage to have this pop up so you can select what your next stage will be. So you have manual emails, you have a call task, a to-do task. You can connect with your LinkedIn and have them send a request to the contacts, or you can have a message sent in LinkedIn to your contact. For this example, I'm going to choose manual email. This is the second email option besides the automatic one. So as you can see, whenever you click on any automatic or email, it shows that this is a replied to email. So this is part of this email thread. But if you want it to be a brand new email, you're going to click on here, send email as reply. You're going to turn that off. It's not a reply, it's a brand new email. So for manual emails and automatic emails, you'll have these options show every time, but manual emails has this side panel option. So I'll cover that in a second. On all stages, you'll have the perform action in however many days you decide to choose. So you can adjust this, and over here, as you can see now, the day is different. Increases, you can click on this and add in however many days as you want for that to be sent. Now let's say you are sending a monthly check-in email, and that email has to send out no matter what. You're going to want to click on this and choose the regardless if previous email is read or replied. So that means that no matter if this is replied to or opened, this second email will be sent no matter what. And if you don't want that happening, if you don't want continued emails to be sent to your recipients, you choose this one if previous email is not replied. So on manual emails, this email will assign to you and it will come up on that day that you chose. So you'll get a notification and it will ask you to go ahead and type in that manual email, and so that way it can be sent out to your recipients. And you can mark that high, low, or medium. And that is your second option. And I'm just going to do one more just to show you the difference between automatic and manual. So on automatic, it will just show the time stamp. Okay. So that is the basics on how to create your sequence. Of course, you can send a test email to yourself just to make sure everything looks good, make sure the variables are sitting correctly, whatever enhancements you chose, etc. And that's sent to your fetch email. So I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to go to the next step, which is settings. Now you'll just go through these and ensure that they make the most sense for you. But I will say you don't want to change the tracking setting. Don't change this. Don't add clicks. And we'll keep this one the same as well because we don't want any new records created in Salesforce without our permission. And important to add is an unsubscribe list. Within sequences, you don't want there to be anyone reaching out being upset that there's no unsubscribe. So do always include that in your emails, and you want to make sure that your subscribe link is edited how you like. And then another really good setting to look over is if you'd like anyone constantly CC'd or BCC'd within the stages of your sequence, and you can enter that email in. So next step is to add your recipients. So you'll click add recipient here. Now we do use list views quite frequently, and this does have direct access to your list views. So in order to see that, you click Salesforce. You can see your contact list view, leads, opportunities, and report list view, but I'm going to choose contact for this example. And I'll choose testing, and this prompts. So it's automatically selected email because you have to have an email. But because I know that I used a first name and I used, because I know I used a first name variable, I'm just going to choose first name. But if you used any other variables off the top of your head, you would go ahead and choose those here for them to apply right here. And then you can delete or add variables if you missed any. So that's how you add them directly from Salesforce. Another way is through your Mixmax contacts. Now you can add contacts to Mixmax. Let's say if you want to upload contacts directly to Mixmax of property managers and regional managers that have active communities, that could be an example. You would go here, you can say active managers, create a group, and then you can import a report from Salesforce on here of all your contacts. And then you can upload them on your sequence. And then lastly is just uploading a CSV directly to this. And this is what it looks like. And as you can see, there's a little bit more additional variables because these are the columns that are on my CSV. Okay, and then the next option is to activate your sequence and begin sending those out. So you have two options here. You have activate recipients, which automatically sends the first sequence out, or, which I highly recommend using this one, is review and personalize. So whenever you come here, you'll have a list of all your recipients on this side that you can scroll through and individually select. Or you can choose all recipients. And when you're on the individual ones, you can go through and customize each message, confirm that variables are correct, or you can send an additional message if you know the contact pretty well, and you just want to sound more personal. You can do that here and individually customize. And then once that's done, you can choose all recipients, and then you can activate all recipients. You can either send this out as soon as possible. You can use the Smart Send option, which sends the sequences out when the recipients are most active. So they have like a timestamp on when they're most active throughout the day. Or you can do a custom start time. It's going to choose November 1st. You can change the time and date, send or add, and then I'm going to click confirm and activate. And you can skip all of the customization if you want, go through and then confirm and activate. I'm just going to do activate anyway. And now you can see that this will be sent on November 1st at 8 a.m. And what also pops up after your recipients are added are insights. So this shows just more stats and performance reports on how well your sequence is doing. So you do want to pay attention to that as well, just to make sure if there's any enhancements that you can do that. Last step, if you are wanting to share a sequence, you click on the sequence, hit share, and then you can type in whoever on individual, or you can type in groups, and you can send this to whoever you like to view or edit. So that covers the majority of sequences. If you have any questions, of course, do let me know. I can't wait to see what you all create, and can't wait to see more activity and more emails being sent out. But again, if you have any questions, please do let me know. I hope this answered any of your questions, and hope you have a great day. Take care.